Om, Om, Om. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Gurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Salam everyone. Koti Pranam at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan. I was very surprised when I was asked to talk about Swami, but I did some pondering and thinking about many different things about how everything's gone over the course of my life. So, straight up, bottom line up front, Swami is ever present in every aspect of our life. It's a bit cliche sounding, perhaps, but he is really everything, everywhere, all at once. From the beginning of my childhood, my parents would take me and my brother to the center every Thursday, different house bhajans every first Saturday of the month, or actually every first Saturday rather, and Balvikas every Sunday, as we now know it as SSE. In the repetitive schedule, it could be easy to lose sight of what we were doing, and as a child, it was fun to see a bunch of kids my age having something in common, which was Swami. At SSC, it was always interesting to see what would happen from week to week. I was always the quiet one, observing, listening, seldom speaking in my mind, being more introverted, as opposed to all the extroverted children jumping around, etc. My favorite thing of all was Bhajans, mainly because before the internet was around, the only way you could listen to a bhajan was through like audio cassette, or if some uncle, auntie were singing it in the center or at SSE. My mom loves bhajans, so singing complicated bhajans were exciting to me to go and bring back every Sunday, and just kind of, in hopes that I could sing it at SSE. The one thing that I love about bhajans is how they made me visualize the form of the Lord. And, as a child, you were thinking of like your God as a superhero. So whether it was Lord Ganesha as a remover of obstacles, I imagined him having some kind of force field that would protect me from any obstacle that would come my way. Singing about the all-powerful Lord Shiva that would help represent both a calm and destructive nature when some evil was afoot. And then Lord Rama and Lord Krishna tie it straight to the avatars of Lord Vishnu, wielding that almighty Sudarshan Chakra. And as you can probably tell right now, watching all these serials was kind of a part of my life as well, like watching the Ramayana, watching the Mahabharata. Singing a Devi bhajan, it would trigger a sense of calm, ultimate love of a mother that is gentle and sweet, but also harnessed a force of nature that nothing could withstand. There's stories that you would hear about like Parvati and Lord Ganesha and how he got his head. And so, given all those situations, as much as I tried to do other things, I feel like through bhajans, God always found his or her way to me. So if going to Sai-related events through the week wasn't enough, I was also enrolled in a Catholic school from kindergarten to 8th grade. So I was always told stories of Jesus, which pretty much played right into the hands of Swami, teaching us that there's only one religion, the religion of love. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky, because going through all SSE and being a young adult over the years, you're told that the most important thing is to love everyone, which sounds pretty easy, right? Giving it further thought, though, love is that one quote-unquote weapon that literally changes those around you. One of the quotes that, of Swami's that got my attention and continues to ring true until this day is that a smile costs less than electricity and gives more light. In some ways, that smile is a way of transmitting that love to anyone and everyone around you. As we know, that we don't know what everyone is going through in life. That single smile could change everyone's entire view of the entire day. They may be having a bad day. Just by smiling at them, they may smile back and have a positive day the rest of the day, forgetting all their problems and worries. So looking back at that today, I realize how much of an impact Swami has had in the way everything has unfolded in my life. Given the constant conditioning and seeing life through the lens of God, every downturn has helped me to see the importance of Swami and his love. If I went through all the life events, I would say that those that stick out to me are how much Swami's love permeates outside of your immediate bubble. I've been fortunate enough to, travel around the US, and the most important thing I noticed is that I would randomly drop by at Sai Centers in every state whenever I was on travel. And even if no one knew me, as soon as I went to the Sai Center, seeing Swami's picture, seeing the altar, just seeing everyone there, just triggered that it's a safe environment full of this love, and it's literally your home away from home. In one such case, I actually attended Bhajans at a center in Missouri and just dropped by randomly. When I was about to leave, some aunties approached me and asked me if I was new to their center, and I mentioned that I was just traveling through, and I had a flight back the next day. They immediately asked me if I wanted some warm food for my flight back home. All I could think of was how Swami provides and looks out for us without asking anything from us, which is amazing, right? You have someone there all the time to just touch back to. There have been countless times when things seem out of control, and sometimes, like any normal person, I do feel all the emotions as anyone should. For the little ones watching, I'm sure Inside Out 1 or 2, you've seen that and you can relate. So knowing that the Lord has done something for a reason unknown to me, all I can do is smile, knowing that God is watching and ultimately doing what is best for me. Other times, a vision will come to mind that will wash away any bad feeling and bring forth the strength of the Lord dormant within. I find with the passage of time, thanks to Swami, I don't feel as impacted when life does get me down. And I find that he is the one carrying the burden. In growing up, my mom would always tell me that he is the doer, which we have to understand that everything is under his control. One personal thing that hit hard for me was that my son was born 3 months premature. And, he fit in the palm of my hand, which it sounds insane. But the first thing that anyone would jump to is he going to be okay? Will he suffer or have a hard time catching up? What other complications could come about because he's so small? And for some reason, I think I just left it all on Swami. All things learned through Swami's teachings from the start of SSE at the age of 5 till this very day came into play. From chanting Swami's name to singing his bhajans throughout the day. And, on all that, you see that over the time of growing up, you kind of get that discipline too. So just so as an example, I wake up at 3 a.m. every day, work a 9-hour day, drive 2 to 4 hours every day. Still was able to make time, be there for my son. And this is all driven by Swami's energy. It's not something that I can just make up, right? Swami is the one driving everything. So now that I, come home and I see my son, he has this electric smile on his face and everything gets washed away. So now I can see that it's all turning full circle. That one quote of, a smile costs less than electricity and gives more light radiates out from him. And the greatest thing is that even though he can't speak just yet, he does clap and he loves bhajans. So along with a smile and clapping and loving bhajans, I think that it'll all come back and I can see the change within and around me. So we have someone who is our mother, our father, our teacher, our friend. The list goes on. He'll fight for you every step of the way. Having that kind of support, it's superhero worthy, right? So ever since I was blessed with the opportunity to share this with you, I've had this one bhajan stuck in my head. However, and I just have to say that it rings true, even though it may sound simple, it's pretty much right on point. So, the bhajan is, you are my mother, you are my father, you are my nearest, dearest friend. You're the beginning, you are the middle, and you are beyond the end. I love you so, you help me see you in everyone, see you in me. For I'm in you and you're in me. For I'm in you and you're in me. You are my mother, you are my father, you are my nearest, dearest friend. Jai Sai Ram.